next team here, the third-ranked the Houston Texans. There we go. I want to get that name out there.
Texans.
The Tennessee Texans. No, the Houston Texans finished 4-12 last season. They just missed the playoffs by the skin of their teeth. But the offseason turmoil has been nothing but headline news. J.J. Watt is officially out. Deshaun Watson wants out. Then bada bing, bada boom, there's 25 sexual assault cases on him. So, Tori, let's kick it to you first. Who was their best draft pick?
The thing is, they actually had, for not having crap for picks this year, they made the most of the picks that they did have. So I think we're probably all going to be unanimous on this. Davis Mills in the third round was probably their best pick that they had.
Right.
You know, with the uncertainty with Deshaun Watson moving forward, with all the allegations, stuff like that, they had to have that backup plan. You know, we all saw it a week before the draft. You know, there's always that one guy that his name comes out and just starts to become a fast riser. And this year it was Davis Mills that, you know, there was talk that potentially he'd sneak into the back end of the first round, and he fell down to the third round, which is about where that they thought they would go. So for me, Davis Mills was probably the best pick that they could have made. B, probably the best player left on the board too at that point.
Wyatt, do you concur with that?
Tori, you said he was probably their best pick. He was 100% their best pick. All right. Davis Mills, a guy like you said, Tori, rose extremely high in the draft ranks at the very last second, possibly a projected first rounder there at the very end for somebody to sneak in and get a sixth quarterback out of the first round. Kellen Monde, another guy who was like that. But, of course, he does rise, and then he falls right after that back to the third round, and a place that I think was far worse than what he should have been drafted at. I think that this is a late first round, early second round quarterback right here, and the Texans, like Tori said, with uncertainty all around Deshaun Watson, whether if he's going to come back to the team, whether if all this speculation is true, whether if it's not true, whether if, you know, somebody else wants to leave. I mean, nobody really wants to be in Houston right now, and I think we're figuring that out. So I think they solved the big need here, which is the biggest need on the field at quarterback with Davis Mills, and it's a guy that they can throw in. He's a smart football guy. Football IQ is definitely there. You can watch his tape and know that he's a smart football guy. So I think 110% by far the best pick for the Texans was in the third round for Davis Mills, quarterback out of Stanford.
So on the flip side of that, what was their worst pick, Wyatt?
I think it was Brevin Jordan, tight end out of Miami. And once again, it's kind of this situation that I'm going to have with the Jaguars and like I've had with many teams. I think they had an all-around good draft. You know, I wasn't really impressed with Brevin Jordan. I don't think that he is that great of a pass catcher, but you can learn that. You can develop that over time, and tight end is a little bit of a need that they had. So I think that does make it interesting there. But I think that if I had to choose their worst pick, it would definitely be Brevin Jordan, tight end out of Miami for me. All
right. Tori, what about you?
For me, I'm going to go with Roy Lopez, their sixth-round pick, the defensive lineman out of Arizona. He's built low. He can push the pocket, but not much else. He's not much of a run blocker or a run stuffer. He's not gonna win a ton of one-on-one situations with his power in the NFL. So I'm not a fan of the Roy Lopez pick. Again, I feel really bad that like Arizona was a once prominent football program. And they're basically like a D2 program at this point, outside of a couple of years ago with Khalil Tate. So it's a program that's fallen on hard times, but he can be pushed out of the way rather easily when it comes to running plays. It's like I said, he's not very good against the run, but he does have good push as a pass rusher. So there's potential there, but I'm not seeing a ton of it.
Well, I mean, you always draft on potential, so I mean, obviously they see something there. But what is your overall draft grade for the Texans?
I'm actually going to give them a B+. I'm really high on Davis Mills. I really like the pick of Nico Collins as well. Big target and he can sit behind Brandon Cooks. He can sit behind Kiki Koute, and he can sit there and learn. He could be that number 3 or 4 receiver this year and learn from them guys. He has a chance to be a really good receiver and probably be the number 2 in probably 2 years. Brevin Jordan, I'm the opposite. I am really like Brevin Jordan. I think Brevin Jordan's got great hands. The thing with him is his route running. His route running's not great. So, but he can still block. He's got good hands. Big knock on him is trying to get that separation if he can run good enough routes. So I really like that pick. I really like the Garret Wallow pick as well from TCU. It's like I said, they maximized their players that they got in the position that they were with only having 5 draft picks in this draft.
All right. Wyatt, what about your draft grade?
Yeah, I'm right behind Tori on this one. He said B plus. I'm going with B. I'm one section right behind him. Like he said, I agree with him 100%. I really like the pick of Davis Mills. I think that was their best pick. They solved a need that was essentially needed with all the speculation around Deshaun Watson. And there really wasn't a terrible pick. I think the pick of Brevin Jordan, like I said, if I had to choose a bad pick, I think that would be my bad pick. Because I would see it as a average or a slightly above average pick. But their whole draft was good in my opinion. I